The year 2026 is not waiting for you. Time does not slow down because you are confused, afraid, or unprepared. Every year that passes either upgrades you or exposes you. And right now, before 2026 arrives, there are 8 things you must improve if you want the next chapter of your life to be stronger than the last. The world has never waited for anyone to feel comfortable, and it never will. Change arrives quietly at first, then suddenly all at once. Many people only realize this when their old ways stop working, when familiar paths disappear, and when the rules they depended on no longer apply. The greatest mistake is not failing, but refusing to change your thinking until circumstances leave you no choice. Those who succeed are rarely the strongest or the smartest. They are the ones who adjust early. Most people believe change is something external, something created by technology, markets, or governments. But real change always begins inside the mind. If your thinking remains fixed, even the best opportunities will look like threats. A closed mind turns progress into fear. An open mind turns uncertainty into possibility. Before the world forces you to adapt through pain, pressure, or loss, you must choose to adapt through awareness. Thinking differently does not mean abandoning your values. It means questioning your assumptions. Many people hold onto ideas simply because they are familiar. They believe what worked yesterday must work tomorrow. But history shows that comfort is often the enemy of growth. Industries disappear. Skills become outdated. Jobs that once felt secure no longer exist. Those who survive are the ones who anticipated change instead of resisting it. The mind naturally prefers stability. It likes routine because routine feels safe. But safety is an illusion in a fast-changing world. When technology evolves, when societies shift, when expectations rise, the cost of staying the same becomes higher than the discomfort of change. The earlier you accept this truth, the more control you gain over your future. Changing your thinking starts with curiosity. Curious people ask better questions. They ask why things are done a certain way and whether there might be a better approach. They are not satisfied with, this is how it has always been. Curiosity keeps the mind flexible, and flexibility keeps you relevant. Without curiosity, learning becomes slow and adaptation becomes painful. Another important shift in thinking is how you view failure. Many people see failure as proof that they are not good enough. This belief stops them from trying again. But failure is often feedback, not judgment. When you change your thinking, failure becomes information. It shows you what doesn't work so you can adjust your direction. The world does not punish effort. It rewards improvement. Fear is another powerful force that shapes thinking. Fear of judgment, fear of losing status, fear of starting from zero. These fears convince people to stay where they are, even when they know deep inside that they need to change. But fear does not disappear by avoiding challenges. It disappears by facing them repeatedly. When you change your thinking, fear becomes a signal to grow rather than a reason to stop. There is also a difference between short-term thinking and long-term thinking. Short-term thinking focuses on comfort, approval, and immediate results. Long-term thinking focuses on learning, resilience, and future value. The world rewards long-term thinkers, but tests their patience. When you improve your thinking, you learn to delay comfort for growth and to choose progress over applause. Changing your thinking also requires humility. The world is too complex for any one person to know everything. Those who believe they already know enough stop improving. Humility allows you to learn from younger people, different industries, and unfamiliar ideas. It reminds you that being wrong is not weakness, but an opportunity to update your understanding. Before the world forces you to change through crisis, rejection, or loss, you can choose to change through reflection. You can choose to upgrade your thinking while you still have time, options, and energy. This choice separates those who struggle later from those who lead earlier. The future does not announce itself loudly. It whispers first. It rewards those who listen, adjust, and prepare quietly. When your thinking evolves ahead of circumstances, you stop reacting to change and start moving with it. The world may be unpredictable, but a flexible mind is always prepared to learn, adapt, and move forward even when the path is unclear. The world is moving at a speed that no generation before has experienced. What you learn today may become outdated faster than you expect, and what you ignore today may become essential tomorrow. In such a world, knowing many things is no longer enough. The real advantage belongs to those who can learn quickly, adjust smoothly, and let go of what no longer works. Learning fast is not a talent. It is a mindset and a habit that anyone can develop. For a long time, people believed education was something you completed at a certain age. You went to school, earned a degree, and then spent the rest of your life using that knowledge. That idea no longer fits reality. The modern world demands continuous learning because change does not pause after graduation. Those who cling to old knowledge often struggle, not because they are incapable, but because they stopped updating themselves. Fast learners approach life differently. They do not wait to be taught. They observe, experiment, and reflect. When they face something unfamiliar, they do not panic. They become curious. Curiosity keeps the mind open and reduces fear. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple shift in thinking makes adaptation easier and faster. Learning fast also requires the ability to unlearn. This is often more difficult than learning something new. Old habits, beliefs, and methods can become obstacles when the world changes. Many people hold on to outdated ideas because those ideas once brought success or comfort. But success in the past does not guarantee relevance in the future. Unlearning allows you to release what no longer serves you so you can make room for better approaches. Mistakes play an important role in fast learning. People who learn quickly are not those who avoid mistakes, but those who respond to mistakes intelligently. They analyze what went wrong without blaming themselves or others. They extract lessons and apply them immediately. This cycle of action, feedback, and adjustment accelerates growth. When mistakes are treated as teachers rather than enemies, progress becomes steady. Another key element of fast learning is humility. The belief that you already know enough slows learning dramatically. Humility allows you to admit gaps in your understanding. It opens the door to asking questions, seeking feedback, and learning from people who may be younger or less experienced in years but richer in insight. The future will not respect titles or seniority. It will reward competence and adaptability. Learning fast does not mean consuming endless information without direction. It means learning with purpose. Focused learning is more powerful than scattered learning. When you identify what skills or knowledge truly matter for your goals, your learning becomes sharper and more effective. This clarity saves time and energy and turns effort into results. Technology has made learning more accessible than ever, but it has also created distractions. Fast learners use technology intentionally. They choose quality over quantity. They practice what they learn instead of just collecting information. Knowledge becomes useful only when it is applied. Application turns understanding into skill, and skill creates value. Another important aspect of learning fast is learning from life, not just from books or courses. Every conversation, challenge, and failure contains lessons. People who grow quickly reflect regularly. They ask themselves what worked, what didn't, and what can be improved next time. Reflection transforms experience into wisdom. Fear often slows learning. Fear of looking foolish, fear of asking questions, fear of starting as a beginner. But in reality, everyone who is skilled today was once inexperienced. When you accept being a beginner, learning becomes faster and lighter. Progress replaces pride, and growth replaces ego. In a world that will continue to change, the ability to learn fast is not optional. It is the foundation of survival and success. Those who master this ability remain flexible, relevant, and confident, even in uncertainty. When you commit to learning, unlearning, and relearning continuously, change stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like an invitation to grow. Dreams are easy to talk about, but they are difficult to live by. Many people have powerful ideas, big plans, and strong intentions. Yet very few turn those intentions into consistent action. The difference is not intelligence or luck, but discipline. Discipline is the quiet force that turns desire into reality, especially on days when motivation disappears. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls depending on mood, environment, and circumstances. Discipline is structural. It does not depend on how you feel. When motivation fades, discipline takes over and keeps you moving. People often wait to feel inspired before they act, but disciplined people act first and allow inspiration to follow. This is why discipline is more reliable than passion. True discipline begins with small decisions. Waking up when you said you would. Completing tasks even when they feel boring. Saying no to distractions that steal time and energy. These actions may seem insignificant, but they compound over time. Every small act of discipline strengthens self-trust. When you keep promises to yourself, you begin to believe in yourself more deeply. Many people misunderstand discipline as punishment or restriction. In reality, discipline is self-respect. It is choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Comfort feels good now, but often leads to regret later. Discipline feels uncomfortable now, but creates freedom later. The ability to choose discomfort today for a better tomorrow is what separates growth from stagnation. Discipline also protects you from excuses. Excuses are easy to create when goals feel far away or progress feels slow. Disciplined people do not argue with their excuses, they move despite them. They understand that progress does not require perfect conditions. It requires consistent effort under imperfect circumstances. Another important aspect of discipline is structure. Relying on willpower alone is risky because willpower is limited. Structure reduces the need for constant decision making. Clear routines, schedules, and systems make disciplined behavior automatic. When actions become habits, progress becomes more consistent and less exhausting. Discipline does not mean working endlessly or burning yourself out. It means working intelligently and consistently. It means knowing when to push and when to rest, but never quitting entirely. Sustainable discipline allows you to show up again tomorrow with clarity and energy. It focuses on rhythm rather than intensity. Social pressure often challenges discipline. Friends may not understand your priorities. Others may mock your consistency or question your focus. Disciplined people accept this quietly. They do not seek approval for their commitment. They understand that temporary discomfort and misunderstanding are small prices to pay for long-term growth and stability. Discipline also shapes character. When you consistently do what is right instead of what is easy, you build inner strength. This strength carries into all areas of life, including work, relationships, and personal growth. A disciplined mind handles stress better, makes clearer decisions, and remains stable under pressure. There will be days when discipline feels heavy, days when progress feels invisible, days when quitting feels tempting. These moments are not signs of failure. They are tests of commitment. Every disciplined action taken during difficult moments strengthens resilience. Over time, resilience becomes confidence. The world does not reward intention. It rewards execution. Discipline is what transforms potential into results. Without it, talent fades and opportunities are wasted. With it, even ordinary ability can produce extraordinary outcomes. Discipline levels the playing field and often allows consistent individuals to outperform more gifted but inconsistent ones. When discipline becomes part of who you are, effort feels natural. You stop negotiating with yourself. You act because it is who you have decided to be. This identity-based discipline is powerful because it is rooted in values rather than temporary goals. When discipline defines your daily behavior, success becomes predictable rather than accidental. The world has always rewarded those who create value, but the definition of value is changing faster than ever before. In the past, having a degree or a title was often enough to secure opportunity. Today, and even more so in the future, opportunity flows toward those who can solve real problems. Skills are the tools that turn knowledge into action, and action into impact. A skill is not just something you know, it is something you can do. Many people collect information, but struggle to apply it. They attend courses, watch videos, and read books, yet their lives remain unchanged. The difference between knowledge and skill is practice. Skills require repetition, patience, and real-world application. When you practice consistently, ability grows quietly and confidence follows naturally. The future workplace will care less about where you studied and more about what you can contribute. Organizations, communities, and individuals all face complex challenges. Those who can think clearly, communicate effectively, and execute solutions will always be in demand. When you build skills that address real needs, you make yourself valuable regardless of external conditions. Problem solving is one of the most important skills you can develop. Problems exist everywhere, and each problem is an opportunity in disguise. Instead of complaining about difficulties, skilled individuals analyze them. They break large problems into smaller parts, test possible solutions, and adjust based on results. This mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Another powerful skill is communication. Ideas have little value if they cannot be shared clearly. Whether you are leading a team, negotiating, teaching, or building relationships, communication determines your influence. Clear communication reduces misunderstanding, builds trust, and multiplies the impact of your ideas. In a connected world, those who communicate well move faster and further. Adaptability is also becoming essential. Skills are not static. They must evolve as conditions change. Learning one skill is helpful, but learning how to upgrade your skills continuously is even more valuable. Adaptable individuals stay relevant because they respond quickly to new demands. They see change not as a threat, but as a signal to grow. Emotional intelligence is another skill the future will reward. The ability to understand your own emotions and the emotions of others strengthens collaboration and leadership. Machines can process data, but they cannot replace empathy, trust, and human connection. Those who can manage emotions calmly and respond thoughtfully create stable environments where progress can thrive. Building skills requires patience. Results are rarely immediate. Early efforts often feel clumsy and slow. Many people quit at this stage because progress is not visible. Skilled individuals understand that mastery is built through consistent effort over time. They focus on improvement rather than perfection. Each small gain accumulates into expertise. Skills also create independence. When you rely only on external approval or systems, you become vulnerable to change. When you possess valuable skills, you gain flexibility and control. You can adapt to new roles, explore new opportunities, and recover more quickly from setbacks. Skill is a form of security that cannot be easily taken away. Value creation is not limited to professional life. Skills improve relationships, decision-making, and personal growth. The ability to listen, think critically, and respond wisely enhances every area of life. As skills strengthen, confidence grows because competence replaces uncertainty. In a world filled with competition, value stands out naturally. When you focus on becoming useful rather than impressive, opportunities begin to find you. Skills speak louder than titles. They prove your worth through action. Those who commit to building meaningful skills position themselves to contribute, grow, and remain relevant no matter how the world changes. Belief in yourself is not something you are born with an unlimited supply. It is built slowly through experience, effort, and the courage to continue when results are uncertain. Many people wait for validation from the world before trusting themselves, but the world rarely gives confidence first. Confidence is usually rewarded after action, not before it. Doubt is a natural part of any meaningful journey. When you attempt something new, uncertainty will appear. Other people may question your decisions. Some may even discourage you, not because you are wrong, but because your courage reflects their own fears. If you rely on external approval to move forward, progress will always be fragile. Self-belief must come from within, especially during moments of resistance. True belief is not loud or arrogant. It is quiet and steady. It allows you to move forward without needing constant reassurance. This kind of belief is rooted in self-trust. The knowledge that even if things go wrong, you will find a way to respond and recover. Self-belief does not guarantee success, but it guarantees effort, and effort creates possibility. Action is the strongest builder of self-belief. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, confidence grows. Each time you face discomfort instead of avoiding it, belief strengthens. Waiting to feel confident before acting is a trap. Confidence follows movement. Small actions taken consistently create evidence that you can rely on yourself. Failure often challenges self-belief, but it can also strengthen it. When you survive failure, you realize that mistakes are not the end. They are part of the process. People who believe in themselves do not avoid failure, they learn from it. They separate their identity from their outcomes. A setback becomes an event, not a definition. Comparison is one of the biggest threats to self-belief. In a connected world, it is easy to measure your progress against others. This comparison often ignores context, timing, and unseen struggles. When you compare constantly, you undervalue your own path. Self-belief grows when you focus on your own improvement rather than competing with someone else's highlight reel. Belief in yourself also requires patience. Growth rarely follows a straight line. Progress comes in waves, sometimes slow, sometimes fast. Impatient people often abandon their efforts too early. Patient belief allows you to stay committed during quiet periods when results are not visible. These periods are often when the most important internal growth occurs. Another important element of self-belief is responsibility. Believing in yourself means accepting responsibility for your choices and actions. It means not blaming circumstances or other people for everything that goes wrong. Responsibility is empowering because it reminds you that you have influence over your direction. When you take ownership, belief becomes grounded in reality rather than hope alone. Self-belief is strengthened by preparation. When you invest time in learning, practicing, and improving, confidence becomes rational. Preparation reduces fear because it increases readiness. Even when outcomes are uncertain, you trust your ability to respond. This trust is far more valuable than blind optimism. There will be moments when belief feels weak, moments when progress slows and doubts grow louder. These moments are not signs that you should stop. They are signs that you are stretching beyond what is familiar. Growth always tests belief before it rewards it. When you believe in yourself, you move differently. You speak with clarity, make decisions with courage, and handle challenges with calm. Others may not understand your journey at first, but consistency eventually speaks for you. Self-belief allows you to continue quietly, even when recognition is absent, because your motivation is no longer dependent on external approval.